Now, when you look at antecedent behavior and consequence, my cat, Kato, I taught him those behaviors, and it was kind of a mix of things, right? It's like shared control between a kid and a therapist. He would do something, and I would feed him because I thought, okay, he must be hungry. And then he'd do something else, and maybe I'd let him outside. So I was reinforcing all those behaviors that he then used on me that I go, oh, he's so smart, he can communicate. But I was responding to him in ways that taught him basically reinforcements available. And that's all we're doing. Kids need to know reinforcers available. Kids need to know they can get what they want in life. They can enjoy themselves, and they can do it very easily. Doesn't mean that life's all easy and everything's going to be easy peasy and roses. But we're talking about therapy. We're talking about applied behavior analysis used in the sense that we try to help other people, parents and kids included, to have a better life, to be able to access reinforcers and access fun things in the environment. Years and years ago, I told my husband, we were out at the mall, and it's when he and I had first met, and he knew I was working with kids with autism. And I said, honey, how many people do you see in the mall that have a kid with autism? He's like, don't see any. I said, exactly. They are prisoners trapped in their home because they can't go out. The child doesn't like bright lights. He doesn't like the sounds. He doesn't like people. He doesn't know how to act. He doesn't know how to slide on the slide. Whatever it is about autism that impedes functioning for this child that has autism, it keeps their whole family down, keeps their whole family from functioning the way that they should be functioning. It is, in essence, denying reinforcement for the entire family. So we're not just serving kids with autism, we're serving entire families. It's a huge responsibility, but it's something that can be done and it can be enjoyed. Now, granted, I've got 30 years and I've been doing it so long, it's like second nature. But it doesn't have to be miserable. It does not have to be coercion and by God, you are trying to get my attention and I'm just not going to give it because you are being totally wrong. It's not about a battle of wills. It is setting up an environment to allow a kid to function more appropriately. That's all it is. If I tell you, you have to put your shoes on before you go outside, and I put your shoes in the attic, I'm making it harder for you to go outside. Like, you can't go outside without your shoes. Yeah, and I put them in the attic. So you'll never go outside. If I put your shoes next to the door, you are way more likely to put your shoes on to go outside if they're sitting right there by the door. It's about making it easy for kids to find reinforcement in their environment. It's about making life easier for them to do what they need to do. Compliance should be painless and uneventful. It should be matter of fact, just, yeah, I'll do it. Mom wants me to get in the car, I'll get in the car. It's not easy, and it's not overnight. But that's why we have repetitions. And applied behavior analysis, all our methodology, everything's about repetition. We do research on all these strategies. We've got these great big PhD minds that do research. And they disseminate it so that we can use it in our therapy, which is fantastic. Because I'm not going to run a research project. I'm not going to read through thousands of articles and try to disseminate it to you. I can talk to you about my experience and about what I've learned from these big brains, but everything we do is based on research. Everything we do is based on methodology that's been proven through repetition. We can replicate what we do, and we can show that it has the same progress in application after application after application. That's what makes it so effective. And that's why you'll hear me repeat myself 1,000 times a video.